Two of the top teams in the World Series of Boxing met in week 2 from Group A. Ukraine Ottomans against the British Lionhearts. The C2 weight classifications, the flyweights, lightweights, welters, the light heavies and the supers. The first bout of the night, Azad Ussanaliev against Andrew Selby of Wales, the number 2 in the world in the AIBA rankings. On paper, Selby will be the man to beat. 9-0 in the WSB, but a sharp right early on started to make the left eye swell up. Selby, knowing that he was in trouble, tried to up the pace of the fight, but in the end, the damage to that eye won through. And a rising star of Ukraine, Ussanaliev, took the victory. So, could another Welshman do better? Joe Cordina in the lightweights up against Oleg Prudkai. Prudkai, very impressive in previous seasons, but perhaps not with the pedigree of Cordina, but an early blow, or at least it looked like, was actually a headbutt, knocking Cordina down. He managed to avoid any swelling to the head that Selby suffered. Took him a while to regain his senses, and with 2 rounds down, he was really struggling on points. His typical flamboyant style was hampered by the sheer pressure of the Ukrainian, who realized his opportunity against this tricky Welshman. By the 4th and 5th rounds, Cordina was coming back, but too little, too late. As Oleg Prudkai made it 2 out of 2 on the night. Well, on paper in the welterweights, England's Echo Esserman, though a highly entertaining fighter, was one who wasn't expected to win. However, he really put up a great battle against Bogdan Sheletskyuk. The European bronze medalist took some heavy blows early on, though he smiled them off, and you always felt like he was going to up the pace at some point, but he couldn't. Echo Esserman just kept the pressure on throughout and managed to make it 2-1 on the night with a split decision. Aston Brown, who's just had a baby daughter, trying to make up for missing out on the Commonwealth Games recently for the British Lionhearts, came up against one of the most powerful punching Ukrainians around. In the light heavies, Alexander Kishniak, who's just 19 years old, soaked up some punishment early on before unleashing some frightening combinations on the Scotsman. 6, 7, 8 punches in a row, and the legs of Aston Brown went. He was going to get a standing 8, but the referee stepped in and said no more. The correct decision, but it would mean 3-1 on the night to Ukraine, and the chance of a victory over for the British Lionhearts. So, 1 bout left to come. It's the super heavies, and these 2 men are super big. Joseph Joyce, who was 3rd at the European Championships recently, gold medal in the Commonwealth Games, took on Ukraine's Victor Vikrist, a very experienced boxer. He looked to be a little cleverer in the first round and a half until Big Joe Joyce from London came through with that big right hook. The lights weren't quite out there. Joyce hit him a few more times to the temples before the referee stepped in after the Ukrainian went down 3 times in the round. Well, Joyce at 29, flourishing in his boxing career, certainly looks a real prospect for Rio. British Lionhearts, though, finished on a high, but it was the local team from Kiev, 3-2 up. There's the results, the Ukrainians taking the victory.